Yo, welcome everybody. Good afternoon. Put a 1 in the chat if everybody can hear me all right. Good afternoon. Hope everyone's day is going well, week is going well. Hey, there we go. We got 1-1. Yes, let's get some evals passed. I am just doing a bit of customer support real quick, guys. Give me just a second here. Having a customer issue. Just fixing this real quick. Let's see. We will get to the pad size and everybody. Give me just a second here. There he is. All right, let's fix this. There we go. Sorry, guys. I just had to respond to this support request real quick. Just came in, and since it has to do with the OSOK data sheet, just want to make sure this individual has access. And here we go. All right. Okay, everybody. Welcome. So let's start off with the obvious. I don't normally stream FOMC. I don't have a premium Discord, Mora. If you want to learn the OSOK method, just go to my website, daytradingrealtor.com. There's a video right on the homepage that teaches you what we do here. So the obvious, I don't normally stream FOMC, guys. The reason why I don't stream FOMC is because it's usually not very volatile. If we're looking at the OSOK data sheet, you'll see that the average move is 37.8 points. It's not very much, right? Compare that to CPI. The average move is 94 points, and NFP is 63 points. So with that being said, there is only one type of funded account that I'm even going to attempt to do this with today. And that is, what's going on, BM? That is a 50K Apex account. The reason why I'm doing a 50K Apex account is because the drawdown risk to profit is like 1.13, meaning we have $2,500 in drawdown to get $3,000 in passing target. Whereas something like a 250K Apex account, you have $6,500 in drawdown for a $15,000 profit target. So that's like what, 2.3 to 1. So very, very important, guys. The only account I would attempt today is an Apex account, a 50K. So that is 10 contracts, $3,000 passing target with a 20-point pad. That's going to give us a 90% passing ratio. Okay. Bane. So let's look at what a 50K, 150K. What's that? 17 and 9,000. Yeah. So no, I would not recommend that. Yeah, that only gives you a 50% passing rate. The reason being, guys, is when it comes to OSOK, there's two things we need to look at. We need to look at how big is the average manipulation and how far price needs to go for us to hit our profit target. Okay, that's where this number comes into play. The total points, that is the points needed to pass plus the size of the pad. So for example, on a 50K, on a 150K Apex account, you need 27 points to pass plus the pad size, which is a 13. So together, that's 40 points that you need. Well, on average, FOMC only moves 37 points. right? So you actually need more points to pass than what the average move actually is. So that's why I said I normally don't do FOMCs. They have been garbage in the past. Just looking at past data. Today's a different situation because since Jackson Hole, where the Fed has announced that they're going to be changing their monetary policy, this is our first Fed report. Okay, so this one holds more weight than other Fed reports in the past. So that's why I'm good with running OSOK for this specific FOMC. And again, I'm only doing it on a 50K Apex account. There is no other account that I would even attempt to do this on. So that's where we're running at. So Ollie, all you need is 1,500 on 3 contracts. That's not going to be very good, I don't believe. Let's look. Yeah, that's only a 60% passing rate. Again, the reason why, Ollie, is that you need 45 points to pass, and the average move is only 37. So Money Camp, 3 contracts, 1,900. It's going to be even worse. J10, 10 contracts, 2K. Yeah, now that's going to be okay. You probably already have passed some. So yeah, see that I want it. It gives you a 56 pad size. Let's run the manual pad. Let's go with a 20 point. So a 20 point is going to be the same thing. It's a 90% passing ratio. So yeah, that would be that. And again, guys, if you want access so you don't have to do this each time, you can go to my store, go to daytradingrealtor.com, right on the homepage. You'll see the access to the OSOK Data Calculator with the 20% off code, guys. It's $49 for this thing. I mean, come on, and you have it forever. So, and I always update it, so it's going to be fresh, updated news. You can update it yourself and add your own news data if you like. And I also have version 2.0 coming out, which actually has a bit of a different user interface. It's a little more appeasing. It's a dark mode, and we're going to be keeping track of other assets other than just NQ. I'll have gold in there, have euro in there, and we'll have more news event data for the version 2.0. So anybody who purchases version 1.0 will obviously get free access to version 2.0. 1.0 is not going to be going away because this version, people are able to keep track of their own stats. Version 2.0, you're not going to be able to keep track of your own stats. That's why you're going to have both of them. I don't think we're going to be releasing version 2.0 anytime soon, guys. In the next few months, it'll be ready to go. But until then, we have version 1.0. Again, this allows you to update the current data and also add your own, whereas version 2.0 will be just for basically like a read-only version. It's just, you don't have to do anything. All the stats are there. So, but let's go. Some people are asking, they're having problems. 3 contract, 1K is not going to be good enough, YouTube. Money Camp, 3 cons, 1 contract. It's not good. Like I said, guys, you're going to only want to do a 50K Apex account. 3 contracts with 1K, don't even attempt it. So what's going on, Kyra? How you doing, brother? Can you do 35 contracts, 29K prop? No, Flo, that's not going to be any good. Yeah. So Scotty, for a 50K Apex, it's a 20-point pad, your best passing. Yep. 50K 5 contracts, X trades, I wouldn't even attempt it. It's not going to be good enough. So I won't even try that. Yeah. So let me pull up. Yeah. See, let's do it. 5, 3K. Yeah, it's a 50% passing rate. I'm going to say it again, guys. If you don't have 50K Apex accounts, don't do FOMC. I'm telling you right now, don't do it. Okay? Because the stats are horrible. So it's very, very simple, guys. If you're not running with a 50K Apex, then just don't even attempt today because it's not the day to attempt. So let's see what's going on for everybody saying they're having issues placing the orders on the charts. First things first is we want to go to our settings. We turn off one-click trading. We want to make sure we're well above price. We right-click. We're going to go to buy stop. I'm going to put in my number of contracts, which is 10. And then I'm going to drag my TP up to just above 32.50. Hit buy. That worked fine for me. Now let's go do below. So below price, we're going to right-click. go to a sell stop, drag our TPs, hit sell, and there you go. So guys, for those who are saying they're having issues, I don't know what your issues are. Maybe you're trying to do too many contracts. That's happened in the past. If you're only allowed 10 contracts, you're trying to do 11 or 12 or 13, it's gonna immediately, deny your orders. So no, let's attempt that right now, Louis. So now that we have the orders on the charts, we're gonna want to go back and turn on one-click trading. Right? Don't do this now, guys. Just as an example. Then we're gonna hold down Shift. We're gonna drag, and then I'm gonna drop. Let's see there. Yeah, okay. So this is a good example. So yes. So it looks like it's grayed out here. So let's refresh the screen. Yeah. So let's take a look here. Yeah. So see what it's doing? It's actually moving. And I noticed this earlier today. So there is something going on with TradingView, everybody. So be warned of that. Let's see here. So failed to modify order. Yep. So I guess I am having a problem as well, guys. So just wait 20 seconds. The gray will disappear. Yeah. Well, we don't have 20 seconds. So yeah. So guys, you might not want to attempt today. This is not a good sign if that's what's happening. I'm still going to attempt. We'll see what happens, but stay safe out there. This is definitely something weird's going on. So we'll drag. Let's drop here. If I close that, yeah, I'm not liking that very much, guys. So that is not a good sign. Yours works good. Okay, that's good. Well, let me try this. Let me try rebooting my TradingView real quick. Let me just close it out and open it back up. Maybe that will help. All right, let's try this again, guys. Yeah, I might miss it, guys, because I got to relog back in now. Yep. All right, log back in here. It's coming down to the wire. Still got a minute. We're okay. Let's see here. Okay, that's back. All right. Let's go back to here. Click trading. I'm going to do this. Got 40 seconds. This is not ideal to be doing this late in the game, but you know what? It is what it is. Sell. One-click trading on. All right, let's see if this is fixed now. Now, still jacked up. That's not a good sign. So, everybody, if you're doing this now, I'd be very careful. Oh, let's see. We got a couple seconds left. Yeah, that's not a good sign. All right, well, we're moving orders now. Yeah, I can't even do it. It won't even let me do it. Yeah, that's no good. Yeah, I can't even close my stuff out, guys. That's not a good sign. Well. All right, passed. Hey, we got some passed. Okay. Yeah, if you place it right on the lines, yeah, that's very true. Yep, pass. Hey, there we go. We got some people passed. I did not. It did not work for me, guys. Let's see. How much did that move? Let's see. It went, yeah, 55 point. That would have been a nice passing. Pass, still in. Oh, I'd close out. Yeah, if you guys haven't done it, I'd close out by now. Yep. Took a second. Yeah, that was very weird. Hey, that's okay. Hey, I'm happy for those that passed. That worked great. Nice. There we go. Yeah. I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that one, Trader Sean. Yep. Pass was like 1 point away. I tried to bugged out as well. Yep. Is what it is, guys. Pass. Hey, I'm happy for you guys though. Pass the 250K. There you go. That was trippy. Yeah, it was. Yep. Yeah. 60% with night. Okay. All right. Look, we got some that passed, so that's good. In fact, the majority of people passed. It looks like I did not. Mine wigged out. Could have put the orders. Yeah, could have placed it right on the lines, but yeah, passed in 2, failed in 1. That's okay. Yeah, trade copier. That's what happens with the trade copier now. Yeah. 2:30. Well, now 2:30 is the news press conference. I don't trade until after that press conference is over. There's no injection of liquidity immediately at 2:30. It's all based on what the Fed says. Everything that was going to be injected into the market was injected right now. Yeah, same for me, Maja. No loss at least. Yep. But it was definitely good enough. I mean, that was definitely a large enough. It went 55 points straight in one direction. So, yeah, I couldn't move my orders either, gaming. Yeah. So, hey, that's okay. You know what? We live to fight another day. Looks like a bunch of people did pass, which is good. So, looks like we did get a few that passed. Actually, a bunch of people passed. You're very welcome. Very welcome. So, that is a little funky. I don't know what's going on with TradingView, but it is what it is. I didn't pass or fail. I didn't get any trades. So, is what it is, guys. It is quite okay. I'm just happy that some of you guys did pass. So, very good. Again, if you guys want access to the data sheet, you just go to daytradingrealtor.com and it's right there on the homepage. You get 20% off using code daytradingrealtor. You get it for 49 bucks. You'll have it forever. Tired of TradingView changing the process. Well, you know, Nikki, they didn't change the process. It's been a while. Good job, Chris. It's been a while since they changed the process. It's just, it's not working. Something's there. I noticed something earlier when I was actually looking to trade earlier today that I moved something and it was a little laggy. You're very welcome. I am wealthy for life. Yep, not a problem. Looks like a crazy volatility. Yeah. So that's one thing that I'm gonna start doing is in the new version 2 of the OSOK data sheet. Yeah, look at that. Woo-wee. Yeah, that's big difference. Let's go down to a 1 second chart. Where's the 2 o'clock right here? Yeah, but you know what? That was almost worse. Because this huge move up and then down. So, yep. Do I have a walkthrough video on the platform? Wanted to confirm before purchase. Nikki, so you mean a walkthrough of how to use the data sheet or how to actually place the orders? Just waiting for Nikki to respond. Sandeep, yeah, I don't do it on Tradeovate, so I couldn't tell you why they wouldn't let you place the orders. The only thing I can think of is that when you're placing these orders and you're placing a buy stop and a sell stop, you need to make sure that when you place the buy stop, you're above price. And when you're placing the sell stop, you need to place it below price. If you're on the charts, let's just go here, and you're trying to place a sell stop, right? And you're above price, it's going to decline the order, and it's vice versa if you're below. So what you need to do is above price, that's where you place your buy stop, and below price is where you place your sell stop. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Oh yeah, specifically for the dash. I apologize. I don't know what you mean by specifically for the. You mean for the dashboard? Nikki, I apologize. I don't know specifically what you're asking. Yeah, as far as the funded account calculator, the trade copier that I use is Apex Investing. So on my website, so it's really simple on my website. So after you purchase the either one, whether you're buying the OSOK or the funded accounts, okay, after you register on my site, it's going to send you to WAP. You purchase on WAP, and once your payment goes through, it's going to redirect you to here, the My Account page. You're either going to see OSOK or funded, depending on which one you bought, or if you buy both of them, you'll see both of them here. Okay. When you first, this is the first time you're visiting the website after purchasing OSOK. You click on OSOK, and I'm gonna clear this out because this is gonna be clear. Okay. The first and foremost, the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna see no data here whatsoever. Okay. And all you have to simply do is click Update OSOK Data. You click that, and it's gonna import all the current news data right in there for you, Nikki. Okay. And then from there, you can see it. You can see all the hide. You can just hit this button, hide data. Okay. If you don't ever want to keep your own news data, because some people like to keep their own. If you don't ever want to keep your own, you don't have to do anything. Okay. You just start going in and you plugging in the numbers. So like for today, it was FOMC, and you go, okay, I got a 50K account. That's $3,000. Okay. Boom. That gives you your numbers. Okay. Which that worked today, guys, because it seemed that everybody that didn't have issues wound up passing or partially passing, depending on which account they did, even though I had multiple disclaimers that only a 50K Apex account was what you wanted to do today. Yeah, that's how you do that. Now, if you want to keep your own news data, okay, say you want to just start with this current data. You're like, good, I got all the up-to-date data. Going forward, I'm going to start keeping my own, okay? This is what you would do. Whatever news event you want to start tracking, just go to that news event, and you see, once you hover over the tab, you'll see this little pencil icon. If you click that pencil icon, you can say rename and say we want to rename it FOMC My Data. Okay? Hit OK. Now, this data is now going to be your news data. You can go in, you can add information. You can add a row if you want, like today, like, oh, hey, I'm going to go add today. Today's date is the 17th, and say it was 55 points, and say it was 5 points. Okay. Now this is your data. If you're then saying, well, I want to get your FOMC data again, that's fine. All you have to do is say update OSOK data. It's going to tell you, because you changed the name of this one tab, it's going to say, hey, you're missing FOMC. So you click FOMC, hit update. Now you have my FOMC data. So you can still have both sets of data on there, right? So you can keep track of your own, and then you can also keep track of here. The new version 2 that's not out yet, this is basically going to be just for those who don't want to keep their own news data and just want to have me put in the data itself. And again, on the other one, it's still that way. You can still hit update data, and anytime I update news data, it's going to put it in there, and it's going to be fine. Okay. This is just for those individuals that don't want to have to do anything, and every time they come in here, it's all ready to go for them. They don't have to hit update. They don't have to do anything. And we're also going to keep track of more news events, and I'll go back, historically, just like I've done for all these other ones, measure all those out, put those in there, but then we'll also keep track of gold and the euro as well, in addition to NQ. So people have other assets that they want to take a look at, like gold, for example, today. So that's that. And then obviously you have the funded account calculator as well. So all that is in there. So anybody have any other questions before I jump off today? What is the setting of the OSOK indicator you're using? You mean my OSOK protection pad in TradingView? Is that what you're referring to? Okay. So when you purchase the OSOK data sheet, one of the things that you get is the indicator. The indicator is free, guys. And no, you don't have to purchase to get the indicator. In fact, if you go to my website, the homepage, daytradingrealtor.com, if you scroll down to the bottom, here's that OSOK indicator. You click it, add it to your favorites, and you have it on your charts. So the way the settings on that work, the pad size is based off of whatever pad size you have from the data sheet, right? So if we're on FOMC, if it's a 20-point pad, then you just go into here, you double click on the lines or open it from the settings, and then you just put on whatever pad size you want. That's how that works. Oh, Balaz, thank you very much. You guys are most welcome. Yep. So that's how you would do all that. So, any other questions, guys, before I jump off here? No? All right. I think we're good. Okay. Well, everybody be careful. We still have the 2:30 press conference. So market can still act a bit funky until then, until that press conference is over. I was right with my hunch that today was going to have a lot more volatility in it, and it did. And I do think it didn't sweep that high, but I was looking for a high to be swept. But I do think ultimately, as far as trading is concerned, I think these are the lows we're going to want to target. So if we get something like this, where we get a close below this right here, I would like to see us to come down, come back up, retest, and then go back down to those lows. That is what I would be looking for as far as normal trading is concerned. Now, keep in mind what's quite important here is if you're looking at these levels, we manipulated. Where did we go? We went to the 830 open. We didn't quite take this high yet. Again, all this is going to be after he is done with his press conference, guys, because the press conference is going to inject a bunch of new volatility based on the questions and the answers that he gives. Let's actually take a look at this. Did we actually change? Yes, we actually did. Okay, so this 0.25 rate cut, so 25 basis points, is what was built into the market. So this is not a surprise. This is what everyone thought was going to happen. So the Fed just did what he thought it was going to do. So there's nothing out of the ordinary. I think if he would not have cut, we would see a big sell-off. And if he would have cut even more, we would have probably had even more of a sell-off. Yeah, it was priced in for sure, Kyra. Already. Everyone thought, I mean, when he said it at Jackson Hole, yeah, Trump's happy now. When he said it in Jackson Hole, I mean, he literally said, guys, Jackson Hole is that annual event that the Fed has. And that whole week, it's about the Fed setting economic policy, monetary policy. Well, 2022 was when inflation started to ramp up, and that's when the Fed started to tighten, and that's when we started to actually increase interest rates. Okay, so that news event, that week of Jackson Hole, was a change in the Fed's monetary policy. Fast forward to this year's Jackson Hole, the Fed had not changed their monetary policy in 3 years until this year's Jackson Hole. And he said it's time to change a monetary policy to start loosening, which means we're going to start dropping the interest rates. So that's why I thought that this specific FOMC was going to be very important, because it's the first FOMC meeting that we've had since there's been a change in monetary policy based on what they said at Jackson Hole. So that's why we had, if we go back and let's look at how much price actually moved here. Let's replay this back to right there. Let's go down to a 1 second chart and let's take a look here. So price, oh, what just happened? Hold on. My replay got messed up. Hold on. Let's go right to there, 1400. All right, now let's go down to the 1 second. There we go. All right, so let's see what happened. So normally price moves about 37 points on average for FOMCs. There's the first second. Boom. There you go. That's where everybody would have passed right there. That move from the open right here to the high was, where's it at? 45.75 points. Okay. So according to the data sheet, if we go back and look at this, this is how the data sheet comes into play. Well, for a 50K Apex account, we needed 15 points to pass, plus we had a 20-point pad. That means we needed 35 points to pass. Well, we got 45.75 points. Okay. So this is showing you how the data sheet works. Okay. And this is why I was saying that a 50K Apex was the best account and the only one that I was going to attempt on today. Because if you're doing anything else, like say we went with a 50K Tradeify account, well, that's only 5 contracts. Well, now you need 50 points to pass. Guess what? You would not have passed. You would have failed. Okay. Let's say you wanted a 150K Apex account. Well, guess what? You needed 47 points to pass. We only moved 45. That would have been a fail as well. So this is why I said, guys, that you only wanted to attempt a 50K Apex account. Not all news events and not all funded accounts are created equal. So, Tiago, I am not releasing an automated NinjaTrader strategy. That is at the advice of attorneys and some well-known and well-respected algorithm developers. I will not be releasing that. I don't even use it myself. I could have used it today and I didn't. I used the manual route. It's too high risk and there's too much risk of people using it on live accounts and then them losing their live accounts and then them coming blaming me. So I am not putting that risk out there. And like I said, I don't even really use it myself. There's a lot of weird quirkiness in it. One of the things was that when you set it, if you don't have a tick before the news event happens, it doesn't even trigger because all automated strategies inside NinjaTrader have to have an event that triggers the actual automation. And the lowest you can go is down to a tick. And sometimes on certain news events, you may have 3 or 4 seconds before the news event drops where there's no ticks. So if there's no ticks, it doesn't even trigger. And there's no way around that. So like I said, just guys, forget that I ever mentioned anything of an automated strategy. It's not coming out. I don't use it myself, and I'm not releasing one. So I know I had mentioned this before, but since the question came up, that's how it is. So I apologize. It is what it is. So, but yeah, so there we go, guys. I think that was a successful OSOK. I didn't get one in, but that's okay. It looks like a bunch of you guys did, which that's all that matters. I'm happy that we had a bunch of people pass, and now we can keep stacking accounts because the beauty of stacking accounts is it allows us to trade more freely and not force trades because we have more accounts. So the more accounts that we can stack, the less trades we have to take in order to make the profit that you want to make. So that's the beauty of compounding accounts. So unless anybody else has any other questions, I got to roll. I got some real estate stuff I have to take care of about an hour away from here. And we'll be back at it tomorrow, normal trading. If you guys have any other questions, you too, Louis. I will be jumping off. As always, guys, stay safe, risk properly. Happy trading. Thanks, Kyra. You too, brother. Have a good day, everyone.